If you know how to read the entropy indicator from Alpha Trading, then you'll know. It is a very powerful indicator, and that powerful indicator shows you exactly whether an asset on any given time frame is in a random walk or in a trending move. Because again, those are, as I've said many times, the two states that an asset can be in. It's either on a random walk, which most assets are in most of the time, and by most of the time I mean the overwhelming majority of the time, or it's in a trending move, which again on most assets happens not the overwhelming majority of the time. And of course, every time frame has its own measurements of whether or not the asset is in a random walk or a trending move. So specifically, is Bitcoin in a trending move? Is Solana in a trending move? Is Ethereum in a trending move? Well, just pull up the asset you're looking to trade, look it up in TradingView, make sure you have our entropy indicator loaded on your chart, and then use it. And how do I use it if I don't know how to use it? First of all, if you want to learn how to use it, just come into the Alpha Trading Discord and get your access to the indicators. You can get the free indicators if you want to learn how to trade volatility, probability, and statistics. And once you've done that, and you've learned how, if you're actually a serious trader, then you would upgrade to get the Pro Trader indicator package, which is like 99 bucks a month. And once you've learned how to read the volatility, probability, and statistics, and you've learned how to trade using those tools, which are free, as is all the educational information you need, and all the chat in the Discord, and all the questions you can ask, and all the videos you can watch. And you can see lots of past live streams where we literally go over the indicators, including the entropy indicator, during the live streams, because entropy is one of the best leading information indicators that there is. Now our entropy indicator is not one of the free ones we give out, and the reason for that is because it's one of the best leading information tools that we make available only to our actual Pro Trader subscribers. And the reason for that is, if you're not actually a serious trader, right, even a retail trader, but if you're not taking trading seriously, if it's just a fun hobby or whatever, well, you can still learn to trade with the volatility indicators, which are incredibly powerful. And that's why we give that away, so that you learn the fundamentals of trading a better way to trade, right? Trading volatility, scalping low time frames, so that you don't get wrecked by holding on to swing positions on extremely volatile assets, and so that you don't do things like take ridiculously over leveraged positions and find yourself wrecked, liquidated, because the asset moved a tiny blip, right? At Alpha Trading, we focus on a better way to trade. Everything from your risk management, which is really the most important thing, to the technicals of our indicators, how to use them specifically, how to get everything you need in terms of the information that you gather from our tools and our methods. And then to actually use those tools to execute your trades, right? To inform you about the trades that you want to execute, carry out, whatever, run. Now, again, the entropy indicator, and I'll tell you briefly, informs you about the entropy of an asset. What is entropy? Entropy is the dispersion of energy through a particular space. And that dispersion is over time. It changes over time. It's dynamic information. It's leading information because that entropy informs you about, again, whether the asset that's dispersing through the space is on a random walk, meaning it's moving around randomly with geometric Brownian motion, which is also called randomness, right? Or whether it's actually in a trending move. Why is this important? Well, because all your technical analysis tools from the world of traditional TA that claim to show you when an asset is in trend, like if it's above or below a certain moving average, for example, those are all lies. They're all garbage. They're all lagging information that don't actually show you when the asset is in a random walk or in a trending move. And we can prove that to you, and we do it every day practically on our live streams and in our Discord. Anytime somebody comes into the Discord and says, but look, this asset looks like it's in a trend, and then we show them our chart for the same asset in the same time frame, and we show them the entropy indicator, and we show them whether or not it's in trend or on a random walk. Right? Most people in traditional TA have no idea that this information even exists. Why? Well, because the office of they do not want you to know this. Do you know why they don't want you to know this? Well, because it's to their advantage to keep their cards close to their chest or vest or whatever, and to make sure you're not aware of a better way to trade. Because if you would be aware, and you were to make good trades on a regular basis that were consistently profitable, then you would impact the amount of liquidity that they can get when they, for example, take profits at a certain level right when you get into that level, instead of you having been in that move already and getting out what they do. But instead, right, we at Alpha Trading have decided from the inception of our group, and even before, and that's one of the reasons we founded our group, is we're sick and tired of seeing people, good people, getting wrecked by bad information. So again, the entropy indicator shows you the dispersion of an asset in a particular space over time. And our entropy indicator shows you, therefore, whether or not the asset is in a random walk or a trending move. And if you look at its correlation on the Shannon entropy that we have, or we have a special Shannon entropy indicator that's built into our overall entropy indicator, or you can use the alpha squared entropy power percentage indicator to correlate the entropy, and that will show you whether or not the asset is expanding or contracting in correlation, and whether or not that expansion or contraction is becoming more significant or less significant. Together, that information of the entropy and its correlation will show you the very probable tendency, or the tendency of the very probable direction of the asset on this candle and the next one, and the one after that, and the one after that. Right? It will indicate to you every candle what is the actual tendency showing you, right? And what the probability is of that tendency being correct. Because built into the entropy indicator, we also have standard deviation bands, right? Why? Well, because the way that we use the information at Alpha Trading is all based on things like the mean of returns, right? The log returns. What are the returns? The returns on your investment, right? And knowing that volatility is literally the standard deviation of returns, which is the normal distribution. Standard deviation is also known as normal distribution. Well, we use standard deviation type bands on our entropy indicator, thus showing you when you're having a regular move, random or trending, and when you're having a fat tail outlier, meaning you're at 2 standard deviations or more away from the mean of the entropy, or from the contracted line of the entropy. Now, why is that important? It's important because if you see that the entropy has surpassed, for example, has expanded and gone into a trending move, for example, and it's past the second standard deviation band, then you want to keep an eye out for when that trending move will end. And when it does, it will begin to, it will re-enter randomness. And you want to not be in that move unless you're confident for some other reasons, like looking at lower time frames or higher ones, that the entropy is likely to continue and go back into a trending move and give you the next leg up or down. In any case, when you trade low time frames with entropy, well, you have leading information that tells you when to get in and when to get out. And you don't have to get every single move. You don't have to be in every single trade. You just have to win the majority of your trades. And you have to win a nice chunk of that move. You don't literally have to make every last Satoshi from every last possible move that you enter. Why? Because you can stack very nice racks of whatever asset you're trading. Okay? Dollars, stocks, euros, crypto, it doesn't matter. Commodities, whatever. Okay? You could be trading gold or oil or whatever. Whatever you're stacking, you can stack very nice amounts of them by using the entropy indicator. Of course, you should also use volatility, using returns oscillators and things like that. But the idea of the entropy indicator is to show you whether or not the asset is actually in a trending move or a random walk. And to actually know that, and to know that that is the same information that the high frequency trading firms at the very top of their game, not even all of them, but the ones at the top, they use that information too. You know why? Because it works, because it's the highly relevant math of trading, part of the highly relevant maths of trading, and those are the maths that we use at Alpha Trading. So with that said, happy trading. Come into the Discord, alphatradinghq.com/Discord. Cheers.